You know, you never see a newspaper that didn't come out and there's just a little, you know, Post-it note on the newsstand that says, sorry, couldn't think of anything to say today. You know, we're really good at finding those new angles and finding unique, you know, approaches to stories. So I really think it's a teachable skill. And that's, I mean, I'm extremely passionate about that. You need to have that focus first. You have to know, what am I trying to say before you decide how to say it. This is like, otherwise you're making a recipe before you know what your ingredients are, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to know what it is that you're trying to say, and then you just ask, what's the best way to bring this story to life? You know, does it have visual elements? Okay, well then maybe a video would be a good fit. If it doesn't, it has a lot of data, well maybe an infographic might be a good fit. So I think having those two lists, coming up with that focus and then asking that question, allows you to choose the format that's going to best help that story shine, you know, that's going to help your audience relate to it, help it perform the way you want it to, give it the right kind of engagement opportunities. So that is really key, that focus first and then choose your format. A multiplier is a way that you can take one piece of content that worked really well and then sort of adapt or replicate it, you know, repurpose it, to make it, to give it more mileage, to find ways to continue to tell that type of story. So, you know, you think of time is one of my favorite multipliers, and I share some others in the book as well, but time allows you to adapt a piece of content to a different time frame. So, you know, one of the processes we talked about before, we talked about, you know, haircut or a recipe. So the recipe might be, here's a 30-minute cheesecake recipe. Okay, here's a 60-minute cheesecake recipe. Here's an overnight cheesecake you can make, right? So by changing the time period, you take, okay, my people like cheesecake recipes. How can I continue to serve that up in new and fresh ways? You can also do, okay, here are some spring cheesecake recipes that have spring ingredients, and here's the summer cheesecake recipes that stand up well to heat outside for a barbecue. So, you know, by thinking about what are the different ways time impacts this piece of content, you can repeat and adapt it in different ways. And so these multipliers, they really are sort of a way to exponentially increase at least the potential content. You may not have to make all of them. They may not all suit you. You know, maybe the winter cheesecake recipes are just no good. Don't do that one, you know. But it allows you to think, okay, I've got this one thing that worked really well. How else could I approach that same topic, you know, by adapting the time period or applying one of the other multipliers, you know? So this is, I think this is like the secret weapon. When something works, let's find a way to have it keep working for you.